Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 140. The first setup was submitted by Ben. You have your nice PC. See, this is like what makes me upset is when you have an awesome PC with LEDs that can't be shown off. Meanwhile, other people in other setups show off their PC and it doesn't have LEDs or anything like that. You see that one white cable coming through on the floor. I don't know if you could swap that out, get a black cable. If not, I guess that's really the most you can do unless you cover it up. You know, the one speaker up in the middle, that's kind of a weird spot, but if that's where you want it, go for it. Ben scored a 78. The next setup was submitted by Jordan. You may have seen this before. You're like, Matt, that was the last episode. Well, if you go to the next photo, this is almost the same thing as that one because this is Jordan's setup. His brother was Joey, which was on the last episode. That setup right there. You know, of course, obviously it's iMac versus ultra wide, and the people that hate iMacs are just gonna go quickly jump to, you know, the fact that there's an ultra wide and it's not a, you know, built display into the computer or whatever, but it's still Mac nonetheless. I think the usability, he doesn't have as much crap on the desk. Like, sure, the ultra wide's cool, sure, the artwork's cool, sure, the molding and the color of the walls and stuff is cool, but I think at the end of the day, usability in terms of theme and things, I think that he actually kind of hits the nail on the head here. You know, all those cables spewing out, there's no reason for it to be out in the open. It could just be behind a desk, and if you don't have any open room, then cover that section. Jordan scored a 76. The next setup was submitted by Noah. People are saying we've seen this before. Yeah. Have we? Okay. Oh, the pink Turtle Beach, Razor, whatever they are. You can go look it up, my bad. Noah scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Panda. He's trying to be like that other guy. He's got like every single energy drink known to man. Definitely overkill. Don't think that's necessary. Think it takes up a lot of space. The stickers and the things that you got going on right above, I think it's like a little corny, not really my favorite thing in the world. Looks like tin foil. I would like to see an extended mouse mount. I think that would help you out a lot. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the whole, I guess you could say, laptop setups, because for gaming, that just seems like difficult to use in a little small space. Panda scored a 68. The next setup was submitted by Jack. He has a lot of boxes, but it doesn't seem overwhelming. Granted, we don't need to see our mouse pad box. That's stupid. It is simple. You know, the cable management side of it is pretty clean for what it is. Jack scored an 82. The next setup was submitted by Zach. You know, everything looks pretty new, pretty nice, pretty clean. And yeah, Tom's looking at that little photo. What? Who even is it? Yeah, he needs bigger photos. Yeah, get a big ass LeBron thing that goes straight above. Tilt the monitors in. That's it.
Unless he uses like that, I don't know.
He might. Zach scored a 74. The next setup was submitted by Jaewon.
It's crowded on the desk. I mean, for Mac setup,
binders, bro.
Yeah, for Mac setup, it's crowded as hell. Usually Mac setups are clean and all.
Yeah.
That,
what do you think of that desk though, huh?
The desk is weird. I do not like it.
What?
It's
I thought
clean.
you'd be like, I like it.
No, it's clean, but it's not a.
That screams Apple though, bro.
It's not a desk setup though.
I like it. It's working. It's good. Jaewon scored a 76. The next setup was submitted by Edwin. First off, if you're gonna keep this desk for the time being, clean out the drawers. It's just a lot of crap stored in there, and with a desk like this, that's not covered up. You don't want it to be shown like that. Mouse pad is so small. Can people explain to me what's with the really short extended mouse pads? Because at that point, I don't even feel like you'd call it an extended mouse pad because it's like you can't even move your hand around at all. So I don't like that.
And he needs to center himself in that position because he's off to the left, so he's basically hugging the left wall.
Your computer case, awesome, looks dope. I like the color, but why that color? Where is that color throughout the rest of the setup? Edwin scored a 78. The next setup was submitted by Tobias, and I have a hard time sort of understanding what's going on here. I feel like the placement of everything just was stupid. It didn't make sense. Where the TV is sort of where your monitor should be. You should be sitting in that corner, and then the rest of that desk to the right side of you is actually specifically for other things that aren't required to have you sitting in front of them, which would be, you know, if you put the TV over there and you want to play console gaming, you're not up against the desk. You're a little bit further back. Things like your PC, it's okay for them to be over there, but look at how much room you're wasting on that right side. Tobias scored a 70. The next setup was submitted by Chloe. First things first, that shelf to the left side, goodbye, see you later, don't need ya. Then take the desk, plop yourself over to the side a little bit more, you do that, and then you could sit and cool. Like, I got it. You sit in front of that one monitor, it works. I turn to the right side, and all of a sudden there's a microphone Okay, cool, but why is the microphone there? What are you accomplishing? Like, hello to nobody. I'm not looking at a monitor screen. I'm looking at nothing. Chloe scored a 74. The next setup was submitted by Will. He's got, you know, the extended mouse mat. That's something I recommended. He has the Xbox, which is super usable. The Yeti is actually in a spot where he can talk into it and like still use his computer. But it's so simple, and man, you're like his original submission, if I remember correctly, like there's a lot I could make fun of. That's why I kind of accepted it. But now it's like he actually did a good job, and it's simple. So I like, you know, good job, man. Will scored a 66. The next setup was submitted by Robert. One thing that I think really took this setup to the next level is the fact that you do have a monitor arm, because that frees up the stand. You can put stuff underneath like you did, and it sort of helps with the cable management. So I like that. I think it looks good. The ultra wides always look nice. You're still able to fit your PS4, but I think one thing you need to look into is getting a storage solution to put down, whether it be to the right side, left side, whatever the case may be. Maybe even something that you can put the PC on top of, and then still underneath that have some storage options to put all the random things, because like the controllers, things like that, not necessarily recommended to have there. Robert scored a 78. The next setup was submitted by Samuel. Mount the power strip to the underside of the desk, run it down the back of your red legs. What's with the colored legs lately? I don't know, that's kind of freaky to me. I think the whole coloring in this setup is like weird. So I think the problem here is that like I can't tell what color things actually are. I think the PC should go down on the floor, free up that space, send yourself to the opening of the legs, and bada bing bada boom. Or if anything, put the PC on the left side above the Alex drawer. Samuel scored a 70. The next setup was submitted by John. I don't know if people agree with me, but that TV has gotta go. If you cut out that TV, you cut out all the crap on the wall. Now, here's the thing. I like what you're going for. You know, I like that you have these things that I see in like offices, the little buckets, but take it all down, center that shelf. Wire management, I like what you're going for, but it's still, even though it's so organized, it still looks like a crazy mess. Printer, guess what? It needs to go somewhere else. John scored a 78. The next setup was submitted by Nathan. Look at the sword. That is cool. Give me that sword with the LEDs. Great job getting your 960 and Z997 board box up on there. We don't need that. Get rid of that. Really though, I really think that this setup is nice. Do you have like anything that you just want to vomit at, Tom?
No.
It's nice, right? I really think it comes down to like the above section that needs a little bit of loving, and then really everything else is like super clean. Nathan scored an 88. The final setup was submitted by Brian. You remember this shit? This was episode 125, and guess what? He's back. Really though, look at this. It's an improvement in a lot of different ways.
The desk is better, the cable management is better. I think the PC case looks way better than it was before.
Yeah, not the open, yeah.
I mean, everything looks better. I think, yeah. No, everything looks better.
The rear speakers, those are not the right spot for them. Get rid of the rear speakers, honestly. Get rid of the artwork on the wall, and get yourself a big-ass Gears of War logo decal. I feel so bad saying this, but Brian, the desk still blows. It's awful, because the problem is you can't even fit your computer on the desk. Blackout curtains, new desk, new artwork on the wall. Remove those rear speakers, and go get yourself a better score on Pimp My Setup. High five. Brian scored an 86. Nathan walked away with first place, getting an 88. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 140.